Hey again, this is kind of a follow-up to the video I just updated on the Warlock. This is not much of a hardcore diary, but maybe is just some good advice for getting started with a new ladder, or any new ladder, or even just in general if you're playing a Paladin hardcore. Um, so I started up with Season 13, playing a Paladin. I did record all of my leveling content and playthrough, but again, the audio was not there, the mic was not there, so another big blunder for the channel. But I thought it would be, you know, no reason to quit, and I might as well update with what I have. Um, so I played with a group for Season 13 launch and met some people on a Discord. I actually made it to like level 65-ish, and I got popped by Stygian dolls in the Bale runs on public games. So I played a lot more public games on this, which is a really different experience. I leveled with Holy Fire, putting points into Holy Fire first, then Resist Fire, and then having Zeal with 5 hits. I think it's like 5 points in Zeal. And then using like Charge and Holy Shield as well as supplementary skills. It was pretty good, but obviously it falls off once you start getting into late Nightmare in Hell. And so then at around level 65 on this character, I ended up going Fist of the Heavens, and that proved to be really awesome in Bale runs in the like Players 8 environment, as well as now, which is my farming pattern. So to go over my skills, I have kind of 1-point wonders and getting benefits from all skills. I'm using Redemption mostly, actually, when I'm farming, just because of the life and mana recovered on corpses. For offensive auras, I do have Conviction. That is for when I'm going to group up. I'll run that. But also, it's nice when I run into a lightning immune monster, or I just, for whatever reason, I'm trying to play more optimally and flip between Conviction and Redemption. The rest of the points are in a Holy Shock because of synergy with Fist of the Heavens, so if we go over this, I have 1 point in every combat skill. Maxing out Fist of the Heavens and Holy Bolt, because Fist of the Heavens scales off of, again, Holy Bolt and Holy Shock. And really the primary reason that we have this and the damage that it does is it's huge versus demons and undead. I mean, I'm talking about like one-click killing, or depends on the pack size. When it's like a single monster, Fist of the Heavens does not. In that case, I usually just will single cast a Holy Bolt. Use Holy Shield for defenses and Charge to get around. This is a really effective build for farming, and really the reason I made it or transitioned into it is so that I could farm the Countess and the Pit for a really long time, which is kind of what I've locked into as my strategy as I get out of Nightmare and want to start pushing Hell. It lets me get my character to a point now where it's like I have the 1200 life, which is a bit low right now. I have capped resistances already. Helps being a paladin, that's for sure. Being able to use the spirit Karash shield. But anyways, so now I'll basically be on farm till about level 85, in which case then I'll look to progress further in Hell. So I'm using dual spirit for weapons. Kind of no surprise there as a paladin. And then a couple other pieces of gear. I'm mostly focused on resistances, like a 26 Rs Coronet. That's due for an upgrade, but it's good for what it has to do. Like a smoke and a dust crowd. And then some other pieces aren't too exciting, like faster cast rate, magic find. I'm using these gloves mostly just for the strength, extra gold, magic find. My probably best piece that I have that isn't spirit are these +1 combat skills necklace with 13 lightning res, 21 fire res, and 9% magic find. And then my charms, because I'm a caster, I'm basically just focusing on life. I have an extra row right now because I'm farming a lot, and it just kind of gets me a little bit more gold taking back 2 wands. I don't use my mercenary a lot right now because he just dies. I'll probably rehire him soonish, but just not yet. So again, really the focus right now is to get established in the ladder. This is kind of my shared stash. We just have some weapons of like kind of each type for if I want to relaunch a new character, and we're building up a stock of jewels, gems, and runes is really the main thing I was interested in Countess, because it's just such an effective way to gear characters, you know, just making some rune words off the bat, and then obviously some of the later gear that I want are related to runes. So farming the Countess and looking for some of these runes kind of in this row, like this bowl that I got for some bigger rune words, is pretty much my strategy. So yeah, it's not super exciting, again, because it's not much of a diary update. But maybe, again, I'll showcase a little bit of what I've been up to. So I haven't made it to the pit yet. Oh, look at this. Thank you. So straight into the Forgotten Tower. We throw on Holy Shield. We have Sanctuary Aura. And we are just killing things really quickly. Oh. When the packs are like that, I end up using Holy Bolt a little bit. I have a lot of cast rate, so it goes by pretty well. Again, charge lets us navigate these levels really quick. You just have to be a little careful you don't charge into a pack. You know, that can be bad for obvious reasons. And then you can see Redemption is proccing, and we're getting all of our life and mana back. And so we're really able to clear these. I think it's a huge advantage going Fist of the Heavens over Hammers when you're kind of at this point. You know, Hammers kind of takes a little while to get going. Obviously it has its benefits, but every monster in here is demon or undead. So it really just pans out to be, I think, one of the strongest builds for the gear level and character level. There's probably some exceptions with the Sorcerer, you know, with Teleport, like, yeah, you know, it's not that. So it's no surprise that, you know, the Paladin is strong, right? It's probably the second best class in the game, maybe even the first. I mainly wanted to run it, actually, because when I leveled with that group of people, we didn't have a Paladin, so I wanted to be able to provide auras in hell for the play group. And we're still going to potentially look at playing with them, so that will kind of be some interesting videos. Again, when we did play together on launch day, launch Friday I should say, I did record the entirety of the... Jeez, I don't know why I'm missing him. But yeah, I didn't have the audio. I don't think it would be that cool to do like a 10-hour clip of that's just sped up, so I'm not going to. So I'll just kind of treat this diary update more of like, you know, skipping some of the parts that, you know, veterans maybe find boring in terms of gearing. But again, new players, and really for the holistic narrative of the character and its purpose as a diary, I am lacking that. So there's pros and cons. Okay, that's a great example. Like, look how quickly that pack goes down. Because, like, I think you get a Holy Bolt for each target, kind of around the Fist of the Heavens target, so it just destroys packs. And then, like, when there's one or two mobs, like the Fist of the Heavens doesn't do that much. It does a little bit better with the Conviction, but again, out of like speed and interest, I'm just not really running it. I just keep up Holy Shield. As you can see, I just casted that there as I was thinking about it. I think it just went off. So you can see our speed here is pretty good. Again, it's no sorceress or anything like that, but it's certainly fast. And we're just getting good volume of runes because of it. I haven't really made any big trades, but I did find like this +1 summoning skills Druid, 27 life charm, and so I'm hoping to, you know, maybe we can get like a pull or a Vex out of that or something like that. Maybe even an Ist. You know, I'm not gonna beg for something, but you know, maybe we'll just convert it to something more useful for the character. As you can see, the Holy Bolt it's no joke. Obviously the build is a Fist of Heavens focus, but really a strong benefit to the build, is to be able to do that. I should have picked up that dagger. So yeah, that's kind of a little showcase of its power. If you compare that to the previous video with the Warlock, it may even be stronger for the content that it's doing for even a lower, much lower. Wow, +3 cold skills, much lower gear cost. So it is interesting in that regard, and something to consider with the League start, or if you're making a Paladin and you wanna start moving into Hell. So again, I'll be doing this for a while. I'm about to transition to the pit, but I want to do... I want to find like one more co-rune or something. Oops. Before I move on, but you know, maybe I'll just find that naturally by playing the game. And I shouldn't worry about that as much, so... Anywho, that will be all for this video. It's kind of just the introduction to the Paladin and my Season 13 journey. Yeah, take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching.